Hi guys, welcome back to my Genshin Impact video. Now I'm gonna talk about the partner tier list for Ayato. I only list about 10 characters in this video and I'm gonna rank their usefulness. Before I begin, let me explain the tier system in this video. Characters on S tier are good because they can trigger powerful elemental reactions and don't require high constellations to be effective when paired with Ayato. Characters on A tier benefit Ayato because of the indirect way, like attack speed buff, etc. However, the characters on this list usually need investments such as high constellation. B tier characters are characters which are simply good. Okay, let's start with S tier. The first character, Ganyu. One of the best elemental reactions in this game is Freeze. Ayato Elemental Burst has a huge area of effect which is the same as Ganyu Elemental Burst. Both bursts also have a long duration, so it's very easy to use and freeze multiple enemies, even when they are not on the field. The next alternative is Shenhe, because she is also able to deal AoE cryo damage over time and increase Ayato normal attack damage, thanks to Spirit Communion skill passive. However, the duration of the elemental burst is only 12 seconds and require 80 energy, which means shorter duration and more energy cost compared to Ganyu. Ayaka is also good for freeze reaction, but she cannot be compared to both Shenhe and Ganyu because her burst is not DOT, but still, nice cryo character if you don't have these two, Ganyu and Shenhe. Next, Fischl. One of the best 4-star weapon for Ayato is Lion's Roar. To trigger the effect, you need to inflict the enemy with Electro. Sure, you can use other Electro characters. However, Fischl also can keep up with Ayato attack speed, so they synergize really well. The alternative for Fischl is Beidou. However, I find Fischl is more reliable because Oz can be summoned from both Fischl elemental skill and elemental burst. But for Beidou, Stormbreaker is elemental burst. For Pyro character, Xiangling. She is probably the best partner for Ayato if you want to trigger Vaporize reaction. Both Xiangling elemental skill and burst don't require her to be on field. Also, Pyronado has huge AoE, which works well with Ayato elemental burst. And another Pyro character is Bennett. Bennett is almost always the best character for any party in Genshin Impact. It is the same when you pair him with Ayato. Bennett healing gonna keep Ayato safe. The attack boost gonna increase his damage output. Bennett is probably not the best Pyro character to trigger Vaporize reaction. For that, you want to use Xiangling. Bennett is also not good for Ayato if Ayato uses the Harbinger of Dawn, because Bennett can only heal up to 70%. But again, for Bennett to be really useful, Bennett is perfectly good, but I hope you have Shi-1 version of Bennett, because if not, his attack boost only happen when your Ayato health above 70%. So you want to have C1 Bennett. Okay, that's all for the S tier characters. Now let's move to the A tier. The first character on A tier is Yunjin. Yunjin is always loved by normal attack users because she can boost their normal attack damage based on her defense. This is even better if you use multiple element characters on your party, so you get a huge normal attack boost, right? She is also Geo character, so she can easily create shield charge, which gonna help Ayato survivability while doing his Sunsui Ken. She is even better on C6 because you get 12% attack speed boost. Next one, Xingqiu. He may sound strange because he is also Hydro character, but Ayato fast attack speed will make sword rain attack trigger more frequently, like visual. Xingqiu Rain Sword also helps Ayato survivability and increases his resistance against interception, which is always useful for normal attack users. C2 Xingqiu is even better because he reduces enemy hydro resistance by 15%. Also, by having 2 hydro units, you can gather faster hydro energy orbs, so you can easily maintain your burst usage. Next one is Jin. Jin, especially on C2, is good partner for Ayato. Why need C2? Because she can increase Ayato attack speed on C2. Non-C2 Jin is still pretty decent as an animal character because yes, she can equip Viridescent Venerer artifact set and reduce hydro resist, which gonna benefit Ayato. Not mentioning she is pretty good healer and Dandelion Breeze can heal you while you are doing your normal attack. The last character on A tier is Chongyun. Chongyun Chonghua Layered Frost is gonna increase Ayato attack speed by 8%. Yes, it seems small, but Chongyun himself can become your sub DPS, and combined with Ayato Elemental Burst, he can trigger freeze and get increased normal damage while you are waiting for Ayato Elemental skill cooldown. And on C2, Chonghua Layered Frost also reduces cooldown of elemental skill and burst which use on the field, which means your Ayato can act faster. Rosaria is good alternative, but I think the AoE of her burst is too small. For Chongyun, you don't need to worry about the energy, but for Rosaria, AoE effect comes from burst. So yeah, you need better placement for Rosaria. And I think Rosaria increased critical rate is not that useful because unless you have high critical rate on your Rosaria, then the critical rate boost is simply too small, okay? But it's all depends on your build. So that's all for the A tier. Now let's talk about the B tier. So for B tier, Kazuha or Fenty, okay? They can group the enemies on the field. This way, your Sun Suiken can easily hit all enemies. Okay, because Sun Suiken can hit multiple enemies, especially when they are close together. And the way you do that is by having Fenty or Kazuha to use their elemental burst. Okay, very good combination. And because they are also animal character, they probably equip Viridescent Venerer, which is gonna reduce enemy hydro damage, and yes, Ayato can deal more damage. Okay, the last one is Zhongli. Yes, Zhongli is always good because you reduce enemy resistance by 20% when you use Jade Shield, which means more damage and protection on the field. Right? So those are the characters which I think are best to be used with Ayato. Some of you may say, oh, this character is also good. Then please leave it in the comment, okay? I aware, okay? For example, I don't put Klee on the list because, sure, Klee is really good. Because, like you know that, Klee Elemental Burst gonna deal constant fire damage. Very nice. But, yes, it benefits Klee more than Ayato. Okay? That's why she is not on this list. Okay? But if you think I missed some characters, feel free to leave a comment and let us all know. Okay? Make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the new Genshin Impact video from this channel. Please like the video if you find it useful and see you in the next video.